At 20-year-old, I was making 90 grand a month with my marketing agency, and then in just one day I lost it completely and entirely. And in this video, unlike all other coaches that are only showing you the success side of things, first I'm gonna show you 5 of my best moves that led to me making 90 grand a month at 20-year-old, and then I'm gonna show you 5 of my worst decisions as an agency owner that led to me losing it all in just one day. So the goal of this video is to help you avoid all the mistakes that I made myself on my way from 0 to 90 grand a month with my marketing agency. And this is my first ever YouTube video, so I'm super excited about this channel, about the stuff that I prepared for you, the value that I have to share for agency owners and coaches. So click the like button, drop a comment, follow me, and let's dig into it. My first best decision was to build my agency based on the skill set that I already had. So I had probably 40,000 followers on TikTok, and I decided that I can sell this stuff to businesses. I can go to a business, ask them to pay money for TikTok videos, and that's what I've done. I found a partner who had experience in sales. He was selling Instagram influencers to brands, and I said to him, dude, just start selling TikTok and we'll become 50-50 partners. You'll be the one in charge of the sales process and I'll be the one in charge of the delivery. And that's what we've done basically. We build our agency based on the skill set that we already had, and this alone allowed us to scale very quickly because I knew how to fulfill and he knew how to basically sell this whole thing. But then we made our first bad decision in business, which was hiring our first full-time employee too soon. We had no idea how to get clients on autopilot. We had no idea how to get new leads, more people coming on the door. We had no idea how to scale our revenue yet. And still we hired our first full-time employee, fixed salary. Every month we had to pay this bill. This is the liability. Don't ever hire someone before you understand exactly where you can get money from, how can you make more money, how can you scale your business. Don't ever hire someone full-time. Instead, go to Upwork, hire someone part-time, maybe hire a contractor, but don't ever hire a full-time employee until you have a sustainable revenue. And this mistake led to me borrowing money from my family just to be able to pay this bill. It was pretty terrible. I don't recommend you to ever do that. Number 2, and a great decision that we made, is we started with selling instead of building the product and service. Basically, we went on the market and we tried to sell everything we thought would make sense. So we started by selling TikTok influencers, we tried to sell TikTok organic, we tried to sell TikTok ads, and once we got our first client, the company that paid $3,500 for TikTok influencers, we thought that, okay, this is something that the market wants at the moment, and this is something we're gonna provide. We went and found our first influencers, we paid them, we sent products, and basically that's how we fulfilled our first deal. But we started with selling. We went to the market, we talked to prospects first before we ever built a service. And then once they paid us, that's when we realized that right now we need to fulfill, we need to do whatever we promised on the sales call. And that's how then I built all my businesses. That's how I built my second agency. That's how I built my coaching program. I'm not thinking about the product before I actually sell it to the first person. And then once the deal is secured, then my goal is to, as fast as possible, build the product and make this first client as happy as possible. And that's what we end up doing. And then our second bad situation as business was that we had no marketing channel we can rely on. We sent some cold emails, we sent some cold DMs on Facebook, but these channels were unpredictable. We couldn't predict the lead flow. We couldn't predict the revenue for the next month, for the next week, basically. And that's why we struggled to pay our own bills. Because one day we can make 3,500, the other day we can make 0, we can make 0 for a month, we can basically make 0 for an unlimited amount of time until the next client comes, and we had no idea how to speed up this process, how to get clients on autopilot, how to actually do marketing from our marketing agency properly. And this is the big problem. And that's why right now I'm going hard on building my personal brand on Twitter and Instagram, because these two platforms allow me to build any B2B business I want, any agency I want, or coaching I want. If I have an audience on these two platforms, if I have a strong personal brand and I have more than 30,000 followers on these platforms, as long as I have this audience, I can sell whatever service I have and I can make a good living with that. So I highly recommend you to start building your personal brand on these two platforms. And if you want to know how I do that and how I use this social sniper approach that I invented, under this video I have a link. This is the first link in the description. You can check this out. This is a 2-minute video explaining exactly my strategy, a 3-step strategy that I use to scale first agency to 90k, my second agency to 60k a month, and my coaching business to 30k a month in just 3 months. The third great thing that we've done in our agency is we relied on quantity, not the quality. In other words, we just used volume instead of focusing on every single email. For example, because emails were the only marketing channel that we had at the time, and instead of just thinking and overthinking about every single email we sent, we just sent a shit ton of them, probably from 100 to 200 emails a day each of us. We were 2 partners. Because of this volume, we had enough calls, we had enough deals in our pocket, and we can actually sustain this business. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I went to bed at 10 p.m. and the only thing that I've done was sending these shitty cold emails. But again, volume saved us. Without this volume, we would have go broke in a couple of months. But then we made another mistake. We hired too many employees too soon. And I remember we already talked about our first employee, but then we hired another one, and basically in 3 months we had 3 employees. We still had no idea how to pay them. We still had no idea how to generate this sustainable and repeatable revenue, and because of it our business went negative, our agency went negative. I borrowed money from my family, I borrowed money from my friends, and my partner borrowed from his family just to be able to pay these bills, to pay these salaries, because we only hired full-time employees. I don't know what was wrong with us, but that's what we've done. We were like 19-20-year-old kids, and that's what we've done. That's how we saw the business based on everything gurus were saying from the YouTube. So that's what we've done, and this is the big mistake. Never hire anyone until you can actually say that you have enough money to pay this person for the next 3 months if you are not growing the business. We had no idea how to generate this revenue to be able to pay them at least for 1 month, but we still hired them. And there is another problem of doing that. The sooner you delegate, the less you understand your own product, because once you work on your product on your own, you can learn it. You can learn this skill, you can become better, and you can become a real expert in the niche. As long as we started delegating it too soon, we realized that our product isn't the best on the market, and the TikTok accounts that we built are not the best on the market, and that's why when we started and actually adding value to the service to retain customers for longer. And this is also important. That's why I don't recommend you to hire anyone until you hit the 10k revenue mark, and keep your hands on the product for as long as possible. Number 4, and great move that we've done, we conquered Google SEO before everybody else. We started writing a crazy amount of articles, 4 articles a week for our blog, our website in 2020, and we were the first TikTok agency that you can Google. If you Google TikTok marketing agency, you'll find my agency. This is something that we've done great. In 9 months of starting this stuff, we were probably getting 15 to 20 warm leads every month just from SEO, and all these companies that actually Googled us were 9, 10, 11 figure companies. For example, Sephora found us pretty much the same way through the Google SEO. So this was great. But there was a downside of this website, because we actually paid 6 grand for a designer who made this website. And this is crazy, because we were making 10 grand a month at, let's say, like 30% margin, something around that. So it's like 2 months of profit, and we paid this money for the website, for the design of the website. Never do that, guys, because with my second agency, we are making now 60 grand a month, and I still have the simple card website that I created myself in 30 minutes. It's a simple VSL, and believe me, nobody cares about the design of your website. And of course, our site was good, it was great, it was very cool, but still we could have put this money into the marketing, into ads, into something more valuable than just the design. So don't even think about building a website or investing so much money in shit like that before you hit 50k a month mark. And then the most important decision that I made is to switch our agency into the MRR model. We were doing all kind of stuff like influence marketing, TikTok organic, all this other stuff, but then we found one service, which is TikTok account management. For this service, clients had to pay monthly because they constantly needed content to post on their profiles. That's when I realized that we can actually stack MRR and grow our agency this way. So for example, if this month we onboard only 2 clients and the next month we onboard 2, total we have 6 clients paying us monthly. And this is actually a very important thing to do if you are running an agency. Think about the service that you can provide. This is how you grow your agency, because if you have to chase your revenue every month, you have to find 10 new clients to be able to hit this 30-40k mark, this is gonna be tough. But if you can only onboard 3 clients for the next 10 months at 3k, you'll hit 100 grand a month or even more than that. So that's why having an MRR based service is a gold mine, and this was my best decision as an agency owner. And this decision led us to making 90 grand a month from TikTok account management only. So we had 20 or 22 accounts on management, brands that are paying us monthly. We worked with Sephora and Huawei this way. As I mentioned, this was just my best decision as an agency owner. This decision actually changed my life. But then let me tell you how I lost this agency, and basically it has nothing to do with my decision. I couldn't predict it, I couldn't avoid it, but my agency, the only thing that I see is that my agency was like single and laser focused on one thing, TikTok account management, and this hurt us badly, because right after we made 90k a month, we had a great growth rate, we had great case studies, and I was basically a king. And 20-year-old, I was making almost 100 grand a month. I dropped out of college, I lived in the best apartments in the city, but then the very next month TikTok just left our country. Now you can't watch new videos and you can't post new videos there. There's only old stuff right there. All the brands decided to quit because we were only doing TikTok, and all the brands said that like if TikTok is the only thing that you provide and you can't longer provide the service, then we are leaving. And that's what they've done. And my agency went from making 90 grand a month to making 10 grand a month, and then to making 0 grand a month. So that's how I lost my agency in one day because of the decision that TikTok made. Basically, I have nothing to do with this decision, but I still think that if we were doing, for example, Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts on top of TikTok, then probably somehow we could have retained these clients for longer. But anyway, I lost my first agency, I learned my lessons, and right now I'm just diversifying my marketing channels, my businesses, my revenue streams and everything to make sure that nobody can take away my business anymore. Anyway guys, this was my 5 best and 5 worst decisions that I made as an agency owner on my way from 0 to 90 grand a month and then to 0 again. Based on these lessons, I built my second agency just in 6 months to 60k a month, which is pretty cool. And basically that's why I enjoy all the experience, even the bad one, because I was pretty much depressed when I lost it all. You can imagine a kid, 20-year-old, making 100 grand and the next month making 0. It was kind of tough, but anyway, I made it. And I actually made another thing, which is this YouTube video. This is my first ever YouTube video. This video will stay here forever, and it will be the first ever YouTube video that I posted. So drop it a like, drop it a comment. I hope you liked it. And if you run an agency or coaching business, then definitely follow this channel, because I'm gonna post crazy valuable stuff about my strategies, specifically social sniper strategies that I use right now to be able to book 70 calls a month and close high ticket deals. Talking about results, my second agency, I scaled it in USA completely on Twitter. I scaled it to 60k a month in 6 months. I have 14,000 followers on Twitter and pretty much 23,000 followers on Instagram. So I'm just explaining you exactly how I did that. Of course, I hope you're enjoying it. If so, then just drop me a follow. The next video is coming next week, and we're gonna talk about my social sniper system. Cheers, see you.